We are live. Hello, everybody. How are we doing tonight? Hopefully, everybody's chilling. We are. I'm chilling. I am chilling like a villain tonight. We're gonna be doing something pretty cool tonight. Um, we are going to be doing a. Okay, I can hear the feedback on your end, Texan.
Yeah,
I I don't know how to fix that, but that's gonna be a little bit of a problem.
I think it's just
Um,
my head. I think I didn't have it close to my headset.
no, you're good. Okay, this is gonna be a really fun, I think, idea. But basically, I have a Google Docs set up here. I also have the Tornadoes of 2024 Wikipedia page pulled up here. I also have a Google Earth map here, and I also have damage assessment toolkit as well. Actually, yeah, sure. Let's do they? Yeah, let's go ahead. Sure. Yeah, we can. I'll pull. Yeah, if you can send me in international tours, of course. But it'll have to be chronologically in order. So like, I'm gonna start January, of course, February, blah blah blah.
I was about to say Port Arthur.
No, you're good. You're good. What's up, Airborne? Welcome to the stream, dude. What's up, Axel? What's up, OTTK? What's up, Kevin? The usual crowd. What's up, Price a lot? How are y'all doing tonight? How are we doing?
Hi Kevin. Hi Airborne.
That is Texan you're hearing on call. So he is on call with me right now. Top Fan and Sam could be on later, not sure. But we are. Oh, they do. Okay, they do. Oh yeah, I forgot they do. But anyways, let's go ahead and hop straight into this. We do have damage assessment toolkit pulled up here. We're gonna basically what we're gonna do is we're gonna take just any EF3 plus tornado. From January 2024 through December 2024. We're going to go through damage assessment toolkit, kind of find some points of interest, and find the most impressive feat of damage. Now, of course, it's not going to be just limited to damage assessment toolkit. We're also going to take other contextuals into account, aka Twitter, or other stuff as well. The Tornado Reddit is actually a very good, useful page. I suggest going
So
there because a lot of stuff is useful on that. But yeah. But
I
anyways,
thought I looked up the first major tornado of 2024. It was an EF3 in Bay County, Florida.
so the first intense tornado of the year happened during the January 8th through 10th, 2024 North American Storm Complex here. This was also a winter storm. But 38 tornadoes were confirmed during this little outbreak here that went on for a day. And let's go ahead and go down to it just so we can figure this out. Okay. Let's figure out what day it happened. So it happened on the 9th. So January 9th. Let's go ahead and type this in here. Let's do January 8th, 2024 through January, oh gosh, January 10th, 2024. There we go. And there is that survey down here. There is that. Actually, that's a pretty good survey for that tornado there. But very interesting here. Yeah, first EF3 of the entire Earth's history last year. Wait, what did I just say? Sorry, don't listen to me. But anyways, so basically, let's go ahead and read, or just kind of give a brief summary of what this tornado did. But basically, what happened was, is a powerful tornadic water spout formed over the Gulf of Mexico, Gulf of America, sorry, and
Mexico.
moved on shore at Panama City Beach, striking Lower Grand Lagoon. A beachfront home was leveled after it was ripped from its raised wooden pier foundation. A three-story home was tipped over and left leaning against a neighboring house, and multiple other homes in condominiums had roofs and exterior walls torn off. A small breakfast restaurant collapsed, other businesses were damaged, and multiple apartment buildings were unroofed and sustained collapse of numerous second floor walls. Power poles were snapped, boats were tossed around, and several large metal boat storage warehouses were severely damaged at Pirates Cove Marina, one of which was left with its structural beams severely mangled. Okay. The tornado then weakened as it struck Upper Grand Lagoon, causing less intense damage to some homes and a metal building. It continued across St. Andrews Bay and moved back onshore in the western part of Panama City. Several homes had roof and exterior damage. A business lost a large section of its roof, and a large truck was overturned in this area before the tornado dissipated. The tornado caused around $15 million in damages. So let's go ahead and just do another brief little thing here. Let's just go ahead and Lower Grand Lagoon, January 9th, 2024 ef3 tornado. This should give us a decent estimation here. Here's an actual NWS article on the event. This is a very good summary here, hopefully. So, and let's go ahead and find that. There we are. So here's the actual kind of track map here. Estimated peak winds were 70 miles per hour. I don't know how. Actually, no. Okay, never mind. Here it is. Wait. Whoa. Oh, that's for that. I didn't even realize that. I thought that was part of the ocean. Okay, never mind. What's up, Goose Man? How you doing, dude? Yeah, multiple large residences buildings were hit in this area, at least EF2 to EF3 intensity. Wow. We're doing great, Goose Man. Hopefully everybody's doing great. Hopefully. I'm doing great, though. But anyways, the tornado was rated 140 mile per hour, about 5 mile long path length with a max width of 550 yards. Oh, it was a satellite. Yeah, I noticed that. That's pretty cool. Um, but anyways, let's go ahead and look at the actual damage assessment toolkit here from this tornado. So it literally moved right on shore and started causing intense EF3 plus damage. So right as soon as it came on shore, it, hit this home along Spyglass Drive in Lower Grand Lagoon, earning it 140 rating. This is a 1 or 2 family residence. Exterior walls collapsed. Older home built on piers, completely destroyed. Home was strapped to piers. Straps appears to be secured with nails and did show some signs of rust. So basically, what this means is that there was a kind of home here, which is not really completely well built, but at least it's secured down. Uh, but the nails are kind of old. This is an older home. Uh, Evan Freiberger caught it on a cam as it came on shore. Really? Wow. The main tornado was particularly violent offshore and could have weakened as it went onshore, yet still caused intense damage. Yeah, that is incredible. We do have a few photos here, which is nice. We always love our photos. So here's the first photo here. This appears to be of one of the kind of nails they were probably talking about here. Older home built on piers. So yeah, home strapped to piers, secured with nails. Okay, so this is probably the nails they were talking about. Um, very interesting here. Very interesting damage here. But I still don't think. I mean, this really does. It's not super impressive to me. Um, just looking at this, I don't know. This tornado could be. This could be the most impressive thing from this tornado. I doubt it is. I haven't done a lot of research on these tornadoes. That's why I'm doing this. But yeah, it mainly just seems like this home here. Um, uh, just delete those real quick. Yeah, I mean nails, older rusty nails, kinda, sorta. I don't know. Wait, what? This is really interesting. Wow. All right, another photo left. We should have one more photo to view here. Wow. So this was the actual home that got damaged here. Yeah, I got wiped. Pretty much clean of everything. These beachfront homes really don't have a solid foundation. They're kind of on piers. So they don't really have a foundation, really. They just kind of are attached to the ground. So that's what we're seeing here. So this tornado came on shore, kind of wrecked this home. Let me see if there's any other photos. Sometimes you have to zoom out to view other photos. Yeah, there is another photo. Look at that. Okay, that's the best photo we've seen so far. So this photo shows kind of just a pile of pieces of home here. from our EF3 DI here. Very, very impressive damage here. Very impressive. Because if you don't know, a lot of these beachfront homes are kind of two-story homes. So it takes a lot to knock down one of these, and especially in like really intense hurricanes as well. Because mostly these houses get damaged during hurricanes. You'll see a lot of the similar. You'll see a lot of similar damage like this. So I think this was yeah, I mean, I think this was probably still in the realm of EF3. And then we had another EF3 DI as it moved a little bit more upshore as it hit what's this place here? Just to the west of Seabreeze Drive here. It hit. Yeah, of course. I'm assuming this is what it was talking about. Metal building system, failure of X braces in the lateral load
What?
resisting system. What happened?
No, I was hearing what you just said. What? Really?
What?
No, like with the building and stuff, like a
Oh,
failure and stuff.
no, it was just a failure of the X braces. I think the X braces. Oh wait, hold on. So X braces are that's feet. I don't need feet. X braces for buildings. Okay, okay, buddy. There we go. So an X brace kind of looks something like that. So it's basically a steel brace, or it's basically a steel brace that's shaped like an X. That's why they call it an X brace. I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. But that's what happened here with our tornado in Lower Grand Lagoon, Florida, in January 2024. What's up, Robert? Welcome to stream, dude.
um.
Glad to see you here, dude.
So
As
the
always.
next, if you want to know, the next EF3 was, and so there was a March 14th for this year
I don't think
for like
I'm. Wait, hold
tornadoes and
on.
stuff.
Hold on. I'm not. Hold on. Wait. Sorry. Go ahead.
So I know this that so the next tornado was gonna be in March, but the you know how like March 14th of this year had a lot of tornadoes.
Yeah.
March 14th of last year had a lot of tornadoes.
Really? Was that during an outbreak too, or what?
They were both outbreaks. One of them was like had like EF3s and all stuff, like two
Wow.
EF3s.
Wow. So, if you don't know what we're doing today, for new people who are joining in, we are making a document here, doing EF3 plus tornadoes and their most impressive feat of damage, January 2024 through December 2024. We're on the Florida, or the first one, or the first EF3 tornado that happened during 2024 was a water spout actually that came onshore in Lower Grand Lagoon, hit this failure of X braces in the lateral load resisting system, EF3 140. Maybe confusing, but I did find interesting damage of a pretty large house with its right side swept away with debris still remaining. That's the most impressive house damage I have seen, at least from this tornado in particular. Interesting. Take a look at some of this damage here. Wow. Okay. This is impressive damage. Actually, this is really impressive damage, considering this is a very large metal building system here. Um, a lot of the kind of uh, like supports here, bracings are bent and like pretty much destroyed. Um, this is pretty good. I mean, that's pretty impressive damage. I that's my running candidate right now. I think. I don't know though. I have to take a look at some more photos. Yeah, yeah, baby. So actually, it was ripped from its supports in the ground. These are really kind of deep, like um, what are these called? I'm so dumb. Um, I'm also not good at construction. Like I don't know these terms, but this is the stuff that holds it down. I know this is what holds it down.
I'm
This
trying to look
is
for pictures of the tornado.
huh?
I'm trying to look for pictures of the tornado.
I don't know if there was any or not. That's the thing. See, this is the most impressive case of damage I think I've seen from this tornado so far. Is having it. I mean, that's pretty impressive. The uh, foundation beneath it's cracked, probably from the actual support being ripped out. With such amount of force, it just ripped the concrete out of the ground too. But yeah, that's pretty impressive damage. Absolutely, it's very indicative of a probably higher end EF2 to EF3 tornado. I just clicked on that photo again. Wow. Here's another kind of photo of a different angle. But if I can try and find that other photo you were talking about, Kevin, I can take a look at that, and we can put it to a vote. Because this is not a one. This is not like my thing. We're all gonna kind of vote on it, sort of. Yeah. Wow. Wait, is this a sub? Wait, where is this stuff? Is this from the? Wait, I'm assuming supports. This is a part of the actual support system. It got ripped out of the ground. Huh. Wow. That's impressive. And the concrete's all ripped up too. I don't know. That's very interesting there. But after that, I don't think it did any more EF3 damage. Yeah, it dissipated going into Panama City. All right, let's do our test here. What do we think is the most impressive? All right, aerial footage. Okay, sweet. Actually,
There is also satellite.
I'm gonna go to YouTube and I'm just gonna look up during night 2024 Lower Grand Lagoon EF3.
If you want to see the picture of the full outbreak, I'll send it into the Discord.
Okay.
Like the satellite. Send it
Am
in
I
the.
getting a notification? Am I getting a recommendation on my own stream? That's pretty nuts, bro. Don't show me that. Woman, get
I
out of my
can't.
face.
I
I
can't even
want to
look at
see
the.
the actual, bro. She doesn't even show like any good photos. Here's
I
the
can't
drone
send a
video.
picture.
Found the drone video.
You join.
Huh?
Wait, what the frick? Someone joined? I thought I heard like someone join.
No, nobody joined. Okay, here's the drone footage video. Let's see if we can find anything interesting here. Hold on. Let me scan. Let me scan. Let me just scan it. This was the storage center, so this is a boat storage center. A lot of these, I mean, wow. I mean, that's impressive damage for sure. But I'm really kind of, I'm, um, I'm conflicted here.
Yeah, weather related. The picture I sent.
Of what?
The data or the radar. What looks like on radar.
Oh, wow. What's up, Yasin? I'm doing great. I'm doing great, man. How are you doing? But wow. I mean, let's see if I can't pull this up on stream here. Just for a second. But anyways, this was actually the kind of radar imagery from the tornado, supposedly. But What are we saying for what are we saying for most impressive feat of damage, guys? I personally am probably going to say, personally, either this or this. Um, I'm probably just gonna put these two photos in here.
This
Let's go ahead
tornado
and
lasts 6 minutes. Six
really.
minutes. Yes.
This happened on January 9th, right?
Yeah.
Lower Grand Lagoon, Florida. Right, that's where it happened, right? I'm not tripping. Okay, yeah, Lower Grand Lagoon, Florida. All right. Low end ef3, 140 mph winds, right? 140?
Yep.
That's what it was rated. Um, Let me double check. I don't want damage polygons. I want the actual path. I don't want damage polygons.
Give me the polygon.
There we go. Yeah, 140. Yeah, it is. That is impressive contextual. I'm just gonna put that in there, having the concrete being actually ripped up. That's pretty impressive there. Of course, for a lot of factors. Um, of course, how actually supportive are these supports? But this looks like it's a very heavy metal support. Like it has to take a lot of weight to rip it out of the ground. And also look down here, there's like more supports down here as well. This could be like rebar or something. I don't know though. I don't study construction, but listen, I know the actual border lines for EF damage or EF scale damage, so I can tell you what this kind of looks like to me. And this looks like EF3, mid-end EF3 damage probably. We're just gonna go ahead and throw this in here. Where are we at? Um, all right, let's go ahead and throw a photo in there. Let's make sure it's a little bit smaller. And let's grab the other one as well while we're at it. I almost ripped that out. Dang it. There we go. All right, so um, build metal storage building had its supports ripped out of the ground, which tore the concrete out with it. That's my personal opinion. That's what I think is the most impressive damage feat from that tornado in particular. Um, let's go on to the next one. What's the next one, guys? Hold on.
There was one in Indiana in March 14th. I'm pretty sure.
Really?
Yeah, I'm gonna look it up real quick. Major tornado alert.
What's the next tornado? Take a look. When was it? The next one
Mm.
ended up being it's extremely localized feat of damage though, so I have to wonder if some failure caused it. Of course. Something had to have happened.
So yeah, uh, look up tornado outbreak of March 5th, 13th through 15th, 2024. I reviewed two EF3s.
What?
Two EF3s on March 14th, 2024.
Oh. Oh, I see it. A
Or
big
not March
if
14th,
cause
but
with
March
what?
13th through 15th.
No, I know what you're saying. So I'm assuming the next EF3 happened, unless international. We're counting internet. Wait, Kevin, was there an international? Gosh dang it. No, there wasn't. No. All right. So the next EF3 or the pair of EF3s that happened. Gosh, my glasses are damp or glasses are dirty. I have to clean them real quick, guys. Gosh, the struggles of having greasy hands. I don't even have greasy hands. I don't know why my glasses get so freaking dirty. Makes me mad. How's everybody's day going in chat? Hopefully everybody's day is going great. My day is going pretty good. Just got done with a choir concert at the graduation party, or a graduation for the class of 2025 at my school. That was pretty fun. All right, all right, we're good. Okay, good. So the next pair of EF3s that happened was during the tornado outbreak of March 13th through 15th, 2024. Let's go ahead and take a look at it. So this outbreak caused about 34 tornadoes, maximum being the Winchester, Indiana EF3. Let's go ahead and take a look at it. This overall tornado outbreak caused 4 fatalities, 69 injuries, and about $6 billion of damage. Oh, this was the. Oh my gosh. Mind you, one of, if not the best, supercells of all time. Incredible. The Alta Vista EF2. Love it. Anyways, so the first EF3 happened, let's see, on March 14th, 2023. Wait, 2023? That's a whoa, whoa. No, I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about, dude. So the first EF3 that happened was the one that hit west of Freiburg. Let's go ahead and, well, real quickly, let's load up. You did, Robert. You saw the Alta Vista tornado? I did not know that. That is cool. That is cool, man. March, let's go March 12th, 2024. Through March. Ah, there we go. Better. I'm sure that'll make it in your list, that PR. It was a wild one. It was a very, very, very incredible tornado. But anyways, the first tornado. Okay, so it was this one. Yes. Okay. So this very kind of long tracked EF3 tornado, must I add. It started west of Freiburg, Ohio. That was your first chase last year. Really, Robert, that's incredible. Now you're good, dude. You're good. So it looks like it actually, like as soon as it started, it intensified really quickly and started producing EF3 level damage just north of Freiburg. Or it really was in Freiburg. Like it hit the northern part of Freiburg. All right, let's start doing some analysis here. Let's delete these other tabs here. What am I do? What is this? No, no. What is that? Get out. Thank you. Let's go and add March. No, I don't want that. Why is this here? Jeez. Get out. You saw 5 more tornadoes after that season, but nothing like the Alta Vista one. The Alta Vista tornado was incredible. I saw like a bunch of just videos of it and stuff. It was an incredible tornado. When did this tornado happen? The Freiburg one? 14th. Okay. Mind you guys, I am a little slow today.
Holy one. You're not the holy one.
Let's do Freiburg to. What was the most intense kind of period of damage? Freiburg, Lakeview. Yes, okay. Freiburg, Lakeview, Ohio. Most of the other tornadoes you saw were just some weak dust whirls that you saw, really. That's funny.
I'm gonna grab a Coke real quick. I'll be right back.
All right. So this had max wind speeds. Oh, there was a section on this. Oh, there's a photo of it. I didn't even realize there's a photo of the tornado. Max winds 155. Let's double check that. Always got to make sure. No, don't want damage polygon. Okay, it is 155. I was just making sure, guys. I'm doing good, Packers fan. How you doing tonight, dude? How are you doing tonight? We'll just say that's a mid-end EF3. 155 mph winds. Yeah, mid-end EF3. All right. So Freiburg, Lakeview, Ohio. Let's go ahead and start doing some looking here. So right into the north side of Freiburg, we had 6 EF3 DIs here. Other damage. Really? What? Oh, center of tornado as it entered Glacier Hills. Interesting. Oh, wow. You're doing good. Ah, that's good, man. I'm glad you're doing good. This is impressive. So I'm assuming these are all mobile homes here. Yeah, there's a lot of mobile home foundations. There's a lot of frames of mobile homes here, but this is pretty, yeah. I mean, that's pretty impressive home damage. There's a lot of mobile home foundations that are kind of like swept clean. There's like a couple debarked trees. This must have been a really kind of small. I don't know though. Wow. Yeah, that's impressive. And that's impressive home damage for sure. And then we have another one right here. Other damage. All campers completely destroyed. Trees nubbed. Really? Oh, wow. Okay, so this is a kind of a better photo here. Notice there might be some ground scouring as well. Kind of some more ground scouring over here. This might be ground scouring. Yeah, I think it is ground scouring. Or it could just be sandblasting from the like gravel that's here. It could have just coated the actual ground, but this looks like really. This just looks like ground scouring. But look at this. These mobile home foundations are just swiped clean. That is my candidate so far. That is my candidate. And look at that tree. That tree's completely debarked. Well, not completely, but very much so. That's intense tree damage. And a lot of these trees here are just debarked as well. Like that's definitely ef3 damage. Um, wow. Yeah, that's my pick so far. Let's go take a look at the other photo here. This is a tree. Okay, trees debarked with only stubs of largest branches remaining 140. I wonder, it's probably our big tree right there. But there's a lot of trees that are uprooted as well, which I noticed. It's really interesting. And then, you're back. All right. Then some more EF3DIs over here. One or two family residence, most walls collapsed except small interior rooms, 140. The Glacier Hill Clubhouse. Oh, wow. I'm assuming this is it. Or it might be this. I'm not sure. But this is pretty intense damage nonetheless. I mean, this right here, exterior walls collapsed and interior walls most likely as well. Most of the debris was pushed inward here. That's the case for a lot of our stuff up here as well. This might have been just a big old thing here. This might have just been a big complex here. That's what I'm thinking. Oh, really? The weak tornado in eastern Pennsylvania the other day was noted to have ground scouring. Need to be wary of ground scouring, soil composition, and how it is related to tornado scouring. Yeah, tornado intensity is very unknown. There's definitely not much impressive contextual home damage I'm seeing, if I'm being honest, from Glacier Lakes and any other affected areas. I mean, this is. I mean, there's got to be any. I mean, there's got to be one. I mean, this is pretty impressive so far, and there's pretty impressive tree damage. Like taking everything into account. Most walls collapsed except small interior rooms. Here's an up close photo image. Yeah, it's a common misconception that ground scouring only occurs with violent tornadoes. That's not the case. You can see ground scouring in weaker tornadoes because what happens is you can have a really small tight vortex, and that tight vortex can still have like pretty strong wind speeds. It all just matters because a lot of soil's all different, of course. But wow, no, no. Actually, Davis, whoa. Oh, we're doing a EF3 plus
Is
tornado.
Davis joined?
Yeah, Davis is in the stream. EF3 plus tornadoes and their most impressive feat of damage from 2024. We've done the Lower Grand
Hi,
Lagoon,
Davis.
Florida, so far. What I put as my most impressive feat of damage was with the supports being ripped out of the ground with the concrete. Now I'm on the Freiburg Lakeview, Ohio one.
How are you doing, Davis?
That's Texan on call with me right now. We're just chilling in the VC right now, but I'm just chilling as well. But hello, Davis. How are you doing, dude? But yes, so another DI as well. Depends on the level of ground scouring. I agree that most people make the case Lake City was EF4 plus just because there was ground scouring. I mean, yeah, of course, and that's the difference. Like a lot of people when they see, okay, here's the thing. The only thing I think that can determine a weaker tornado from a stronger tornado is debarked trees. Sorry, not sorry. That's how I can determine myself. Well, there's a lot of other stuff that I can put into it, of course, but I, with a lot of weaker tornadoes, you really don't see tree debarking because it takes very high wind speeds to be able to debark trees. So that really kind of, if you see tree debarking from a tornado, that pretty much tells you that that tornado had pretty intense wind speeds. No, not the only thing. This seems like a 180, 190. Yeah, of course. Not just debark trees alone. I just said that's not the only thing. But like, listen, listen, chat. You are not hearing me out. You're not hearing me out. You know what? Where's Robert at? Where's Robert at? Where's Robert at?
Yeah, where's Robert?
Robert, I feel like you could have the most knowledge on this subject. Robert, enlighten us.
Robert.
Of course, but looky here. But even with softwood trees, you can still get, like, even debarking softwood trees is still impressive damage. In the PNS from the Mount Holly office noted, ground scouring was noted for about half a mile, was rated EF0 65 mile/hour winds. Bruh. That's funny. Wait, I want to see that now. Wait. Cycloidal marks?
Top fan.
Wait, what? Oh, Top
Top fan
Fan's
for
in.
the team.
What's up, Top Fan? Cycloidal
So
marks.
Top fan. You can see what I'm playing right now.
you can also see what I'm playing right now.
Bruh.
If you just look at your menu.
But like, okay, if a softwood tree
Oh,
gets completely debarked, that's still that's still an instance of a strong to intense tornado. Like, that's why you have like I can pull up the degrees of damage if you guys want, but
Oh
okay,
my
wait.
goodness.
There is a little bit of cycloidal markaging here. I don't know. It might have been something along the lines of I'm sorry, something Roman. If you know, you know. Yes, tree species can make a difference. However, if you're getting debarked trees at a minimum, the tornado is at least like EF2 plus. I agree, of course. If you're getting debarked trees, at least EF2. See, see.
yeah. I can agree with you on that.
This is interesting though, because there is like, huh? Ted Fujita. Sorry, guys.
It's fine.
Well, I didn't even say anything. What?
Yes, you
What do you mean?
did. I heard it.
Yeah, I did hear about that. They're going to revamp the tree DIs in the next update. The new patch update for the EF scale. That's impressive. Okay. So we got swirl marks over here, some cycloidal markets. Or some cycloidal marks, supposedly, which could be an indication of strong or strong vortices. What am I saying? Yes.
Did you see the tornado warning in Georgia as well? I'm just curious.
I'm pretty sure I did.
Oh, I'm not.
The one near freaking Savannah. I couldn't think of that name.
There's more
Savannah?
marks. Yeah, there is some kind of cycloidal marks here. I did note. Yeah, I'm glad that they're adding cars. Or I'm glad they're adding cars as a DI now.
Now I can tell if they're gonna be EF5.
I don't know if I don't know. You know how trees only go up to ef4?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That could be applied to cars too. Like, how can you determine like if this damage was caused by 220-mile-per-hour winds versus like 190? You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Because you probably said something really bad. I'm just kidding. But anyways, it started doing more ef3 damage. It started entering the west side of Lakeview here. Tree hardwood tree, guys. Trees debarked with only stubs of large branches remaining 140. Holy, whoa! You did not need to take so many photos of a tree. I'm just kidding. This is probably multiple.
Yes. Trees photos are
Woo!
necessary.
Actually, this is impressive. There is a lot of noticeable debarking with these trees here. Lots of noticeable debarking. Wow. Yeah, that's an impressive case of damage right there. Absolutely. Another photo? What's this one of? That's okay. Whoa. A farm outbuilding. What is that? That's impressive. Yeah. Completely debarked. That's impressive. Absolutely duly. Yeah, it actually could. Ooh, baby. Holy cow. These are shredded, especially in this kind of portion. Is that granulated? Wait, no, it's not. What am I talking about? I don't. This is impressive. Whoa. Where did this debris come from? I know it came from like a house or something, but geez. That is impressive damage there. Wow. Some of these trees are almost debarked down to the actual stump, like itself. That's impressive. That's my running candidate so far. But I like to take a decent look at everything. Whoa. Whoa. This is super cool. Notice how we have trees kind of going in a different direction here. Some of our fallen trees are pointing more towards like this direction, and then more of our fallen trees over here are pointed the opposite direction. This is a sign of what am I trying to say? Very strong core winds, because you have a lot of winds wrapping around the outer region of the tornado, which can cause a lot of kind of different swaths of damage here. So there's a very strong core here. Hold on.
Top Jan, you still here?
Yeah,
So you're in reload right now?
yeah, I'm on reload for my friend.
You're lucky get on the one shot one.
I gotta get a dub first with him.
I mean, I have 44 kills right now.
I would easily pass that.
Well, you really can't sit there in the middle of a game, so.
Hello, I am back, everybody. Sorry about that.
Welcome back.
Sorry about that. That was I had to go do something for my mom, but I'm back. Sorry for not clearing that with you guys earlier, but yeah, I'm back. Um,
That's fine.
we are still looking at this damage here. But yeah, this is pretty impressive here. There's still a lot of tree debarking, especially at like the entry point, or maybe this is the end point. I don't know. But lots of tree debarking. Maybe some down to the stump. Like, this is impressive tree debarking here. We're looking at tornado damage, OTTK. It's taking a long time for this to load, though. You see, this is a better photo. Yeah, there's a lot. This is a better photo of kind of our little area here. Yeah, there's a lot of just debarked trees here. This is impressive tree damage. Wow. That's still pretty impressive damage. Give like 140, 160 for that. I can see where you got that. But then again, like, look at that. Some of those are completely debarked. Wow. That is absolutely impressive. Hopefully, nobody left because that was like 5 minutes or so. Wow. Yeah, this is impressive. That convergent tree damage that we saw. 150, 170 then. Holy cow. So we're talking borderline ef4 now, huh? Geez, this convergent damage is crazy. This little core path of this tornado is violent. This was probably like multi-vortex, I bet. That's very interesting. And then it entered Lakeview on like kind of the northwestern side. Tree debarked with only stubs of largest branches remaining. There's some more photos here. Another kind of field of debarked trees here. Still seeing a couple instances of kind of intense tree debarking here. Very interesting here. Very interesting. Absolutely interesting damage here. Wow. Might be seeing some ground scouring noted here as well. But as Robert said earlier, soil composition is very important, and that plays a key factor in kind of tornadoes as well and ground scouring. Blah blah blah. So I don't know. The soil out here could be more easier to rip up. But yeah, that is impressive there. Looks like it hit a couple homes over here as well. This one looks pretty badly damaged. Wow. Sheesh. Last photo here. Still kind of showing a swath, like a core region of this tornado. Most likely. That's impressive. Got a couple more other DIs here, or ef3 DIs. One or two family residents, exterior walls collapsed 140. I'm assuming that's one of these over here. Probably that one. That's still impressive damage. I mean, wow. And then over here as well, a kind of a more aerial photo. Um, Looking at some of the more intense damage. Yeah, this is really kind of just notable tree debarking here. Kind of just zooming in on all of these areas here. What's up, Storm Rammer? Welcome to the stream, dude. How are you doing? How are you doing tonight? Hopefully everybody's having just a great day today. I'm having a pretty good day, actually. I actually got a couple more photos here to look at. Looks like a home got wiped from its found. What? Wait. Was this home wiped from its foundation? Looks like it. Wow. I don't know what was there. Let's take a look. Wait. Wow. What? It's going good, man. Home completely wiped of its foundation. Just kind of concrete block foundation here. Jeez. Wow. I wonder what. All right, where are we at? Lakeview, Ohio? I bet I could find that. What's up, Cyanimates? Dude, Cy, how are you doing, dude? It's been a while. Jeez. It has been a while.
Hi, Sai.
Dude,
Haven't
you're an
seen you in a while.
OG. Have not seen you in a minute. Where have you been, bro? Where was this at again? On the kind of North Pine Street area. North Pine Street. I'm assuming it's this little home here. Towards the bend in the road. Yeah, it's this home right here. That home in particular. I'm doing good. I'm doing good, man. How are you doing? Is it that home? Yes, it is. Okay. Let's see. There's another photo, I think. Oh, it's just an aerial. Okay. Let's get an historical imagery and let's see if we can find. Hmm. Okay. This this is interesting here. Okay. Let's talk about this. This kind of corridor of damage here is very intense. This is kind of a two-story home here with a garage as well. The garage is gone. Like that's supposed to be the garage foundation. The entire second floor or what? Second story is gone. That's intense damage. And then this home over here, This home over here is the one that got wiped clean of its foundation. Look at that, dude. That is impressive. That is also in the running for most impressive feat of damage for me as well. That is impressive. That's very impressive damage. That's indicative of a higher end ef3 tornado, in my opinion. But of course, this
Uh-huh.
tornado, as we know, was rated mid-end ef3. But this, in my opinion, is indicative of a higher end ef3 tornado. Just looking at the damage alone. Yeah, I agree. So somewhere around that realm, of course. Here's another. Oh, there we go. It's 150. I think this is the one they rated. All walls collapsed. Interesting. This is a really interesting survey here, dude. So this was rated 150. Which one all wall collapsed? Yo, those are probably placed there after. I don't know. Maybe. I was gonna say they're probably placed there after the fact, but probably not. I don't know. But yeah, that's still impressive home damage either way. Okay, here's a better photo. Okay, so the foundation was moved off. Okay, this gives us a better representation. And this is probably all the walls and stuff and blah blah blah. Yes, this is the swept away home here. I'm probably pretty sure. That's still intense damage for sure. Wowzers. And then it moved kind of into the southern part of Lakeview where it caused some more ef3 damage here. One or two family residents, large sections of roof structure removed, most walls remain standing, no attachments. Then another one over here to the east, large sections of roof structure removed, most walls remain standing. 140. Oh, wow. Yeah, that is also notable. That is also some notable damage there, for sure. Also notice we got some kind of tree debarking over here. Very interesting. Wow. They don't have to like the stream. They can like the stream if they want to. Most of the people who have already are watching the stream right now probably have already liked. Small retail
Um,
building, fast food restaurants, collapse of exterior walls, closely spaced. Interior walls remain standing, 140. Interesting. So we got a restaurant here that was hit pretty hard. Assuming it's that one. I'm assuming it's that one back there.
what?
Do you know what's happening right now, Top Fan?
I'm watching your stream, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't know what's happening actually,
oh, okay.
but I'm still watching your stream though.
Oh,
Me and Tatsu are just both playing Fortnite, but different games.
and then this one over here, total destruction of building, 155. This is the highest rating from the tornado. Metal building system, total destruction of building. I'm interested. Assuming it's that. That's interesting. I mean, yeah, yeah, I see it. I see it. I guess. I guess I can see that. Somewhat, somewhat. That's impressive still. That's still really impressive damage here from the Freiburg, Ohio, or from the Lakeview, Ohio area. The metal building store, or it might have been this one. I still think it's either one of these two. That's still, I mean, both of these store systems got hit really hard. Jeez. I mean, that's absolutely indicative of a higher end tornado. Okay, so it is this one. Oh! Oh, so the back side of the actual building collapsed. Like, okay, so the actual front part, or I don't know if this is the back part. The actual back part's missing. It just collapsed on itself. Already saw that image. Small warehouse partially collapsed. I agree with the rating. Me too. Me too. I would agree with the rating too. There's kind of a more aerial photo there. So 155. That was the highest rated from the tornado. Here's another ef3di. 150. All walls collapsed. Family residence. This will be interesting. Give an estimate of 145, 160 here, of course. So probably a pretty decent rating, actually. Okay, what are we looking at here? Ooh. Probably where all the people are at. That's a slabbed home. Yeah, that's a foundation. Um, Holy cow. What was this? What in the world was that? North Oak Street. Let's go to that. I want to see what that was. Let's go to North Oak Street. Let's see what that was. And it was, let's see here, right along the bend. So that. There's a little area in between here. There's a tornado warning in Georgia. Is there? Is there actually?
Yeah, there's been a tornado warning in Georgia for a while now. I said that as well. It's the one near Savannah.
Oh.
That expires literally in 4 minutes.
Oh, expires in 4 minutes.
Yeah, it's unlikely for it to get reissued.
Ooh, so that looks like it might have been a mobile home or something, or a decently well-built home. Actually, it might have been in similar size to the other home, so let's take a look at some of the other just stuff around it. That's impressive structural damage still. Wow. One last photo we got here. It's kind of a more aerial photo. Okay. Then it moved out of Lakeview. Produced EF3 damage along US Highway 33 at this little area here. Small professional building. Doctor's office. Collapse of exterior walls. Historic Google Street View imagery. Wow. I know I can do that, but I don't know how. Oh, Google Maps. This isn't Google Street View. Or Google uh Google Maps. Don't see much of it being hones. What? Huh? What? I'm so confused. Okay, where are we looking at here? Lakeview. Literally zoomed right in on it. I'm a goat. Drop it down right there. See more dates. Ooh, there we go. Oh. Oh. Okay. So this was kind of just like a little complex of homes here. Why is this not on the other tab? Google Maps. I am dumb, guys. Why do I do this? Why do I do this? I fixed it. It's because I have I have a window capture on, but I fixed it. Or at least I should have. All right. So see this here? This was kind of like a little complex of homes here, or they were being built in the process of this, and these don't look super well built. Yeah, they don't look. They're small and they don't look super well built. But that little complex just got wiped. Wow. Yeah, they don't look like super well built homes in my opinion, but collapse of exterior walls. This is the doctor's office here. Ooh. What?
None.
Bro.
The meme is crazy.
Aftermath shadows also show block foundations. I say low end ef3. Yeah, recently built they are. They'll seem like recently built. Wait, hold on. Oh yeah, this is a brick building with its exterior walls collapsed. This is definitely a indicator of intense damage. And there might even be ground scouring. Probably not, though. Probably just gonna bet that's some other kind of debris just scraping along the ground there. Then after that, it didn't do really a whole lot else. I don't think it did, at least. Actually, that's a lie. Continued going southeast, and then it ended around here. Swirl marks. Oh, there's swirl marks again, isn't there? That's weak. That's weak. All right, what are we putting together as the case for impressive or most impressive tornado damage from this ef3? I would definitely say it would have to be this little area um, with these debarked trees here. Let's pull a random photo here. Hopefully it's the right one. I can get a better one. I definitely think that this little area here is probably where I'm going to say some of the most impressive damage. Not that. You give me a second. Yeah, there we go. That's a way better photo. I'm just going to copy that. I'm going to save that photo real quick. I'm going to save an image as. Let's go ahead and go over to when it first entered Lakeview, because some of these homes along here are very interesting as well. Like the one that was pretty much slabbed off of its foundation. I'd rate the turning high in ef3, ef4 170 for debarking probably built homes being swept away, of course. And that's how it is with a lot of high-end ef3s, of course, as well. What am I saying? That's how it is with a lot of high-end ef3s as well, because they also do get when high-end ef3s do that. Yeah, this is also. I'm gonna put this in here as well, because that's also impressive as well. All right, let's throw those down in there. Wrong one. Dang it. Insert image, upload from computer. Heck yeah. 150, 170 in this region. Absolutely. I agree. I agree. That's impressive damage in my opinion. But also issues with construction too as well. But nonetheless, impressive damage nonetheless. And then of course our tree debarking here. Our big time tree debarking. Alright, so Freiburg, Lakeview, Ohio. The second ef3 of the year. Um uh homes were I'm just gonna say some homes with questionable construction. I'm just gonna say that questionable construction were swept away, and a lot of homes sustained interior and exterior wall collapse. I would personally give this higher NDF3, so probably like 165. Most likely, I would probably give it like a 165 region. Tree debarking at one point was pretty intense with them being shredded almost down to the stump. Cycloidal marks. I'm just gonna say cycloidal marks were observed. Now on to Winchester. Yes, you are right. Let's go on to Winchester, guys. Same day, right? Oh, here's a picture of the tornado as well. This was the picture of the tornado. We already saw that photo. The Winchester, Indiana, Bradford, Ohio tornado. The Winchester ef3. There it is. Holy cow. It's same day. March 14th, 2024. Winchester. You gotta go. See you later, side, dude. Appreciate you for tuning in, dude. Makes Winchester a 160, 180 candidate at best. Bro, of course. But let's all give our opinion on it, of course. What's up, Weston? Welcome to the stream, dude. How are you doing tonight on this fantastic Saturday? I forgot what town it hit. Winchester, Indiana. Yep. I had to make sure. Winchester, Indiana. What was rated? It was rated 165, higher end. High end ef3. 165 mph winds. All right, let's do an analysis here. Let's hop into it. All right, so it started just north of Maxville, hit Maxville at like ef1 intensity, did a sharp right turn, started strengthening immediately, entered Winchester on the southwestern side, started doing like ef2 damage over here in these areas. Then it entered kind of this portion over here north of the Walmart, where it caused some pretty intense damage. Got a couple ef3 DIs here. Let's look at this one. Strip mall, collapse of exterior. What I think the strongest tornado of 2024 was. That's a
Greenfield.
very. I knew you were gonna say that. It's a very sharp, double-edged sword question, kind, dude. Like there's a lot. There's a lot of choices to pick, but I'd probably have to say Greenfield. Center point next, Taco Bell.
Taco Bell.
140 mile per hour. Let's take a look at it. So this was a strip mall that had its exterior walls. Winchester had subvortices digging up mud and making marks in fields. Really? I wonder if they'll note on that. I wonder if they'll take a note on that. But yes, this strip mall sustained some exterior wall collapse, it seems like. Oh yeah. Oh, and some cars are banged up as well. Wow. Very interesting damage. Okay. And then another EF3D. I'm assuming this is the Taco Bell. Yep, small retail building, fast food restaurant. Total destruction of entire building, 165. Comments. Sill, it was prior to entering Tau. Barnstable is definitely up there, of course. Sill plates ripped up, entire building gone. 6x6 wood frames broken, and anchoring of large bolts ripped from one 6x6 entirely. Really? Further investigation. Very interesting. Here's the Taco Bell, guys. RIP Taco Bell, of course. This is an interesting candidate. Pretty much Taco Bell's almost slabbed. Pretty much entirely collapsed. You got your sill plates down here. Wow. Um, Another photo. Here's our sill plate. Is there other photos? Oh my gosh, yeah, there is. Just got some boats. Got some boats. Whoa. I don't know. I have to turn my head to look at it. It's weird. Ooh, this is a sill plate that got. Sorry about that, guys. My grandparents are here. I had to give them a hug real quick. But I am back. This is the sill plate that was ripped up here. Usually takes a lot to rip up a sill plate like that. That's impressive damage there. That's in the running. For sure in the running. Same with this. A lot of the bolts here missing. Wow. This is also very impressive damage as well. I do remember that. That was a very active stretch. Yeah, you are right. I could stop clicking on the same photo. Yeah, that's impressive. Wait, what? Yeah. This is the part of the sill plate that was ripped off. And there's a couple more photos. Jeez, man, that is intense damage. Also, it looks like a car got flipped as well. After that caused another EF3 damage indicator over here. Small professional building. Doctor's office branch banks. Total destruction of entire building 155. Center point, small church, non-traditional building. Let's take a look at this church that got hit. Wow. This church was pretty much reduced to shreds. Um wow. That is impressive damage. Yeah, look, the bolts are visible too as well. The Inca boats. That's like Top Fan's favorite phrase. Keep clicking on this info. Guys, I'm starting to get really tired. I don't know why. I've felt really like sick today for some reason. I don't know. I just haven't been able to think straight. It's been a very long day today. Here's some more kind of photos here from the outside of it. That's still very impressive damage. But probably the Taco Bell is probably in the running for me right now. What? I'm assuming this was probably pulled up from one of the sill plates. I don't know. That's impressive. Wow. And after that, it moved out of Winchester, heading east. Maintained strength. There's another EF3 DI here. Probably a little farm. Yeah, one or two family residents. Most walls collapsed except small interior rooms. 145. Close to center looked to be an older farmhouse with several outbuildings, all with collapsed outside walls. Tornado appeared very large here, with trees to the north showing sheared branches along southern periphery woods. Very interesting. Wow. Absolutely. Lots of stuff strewn into the fields here. Got some tractors or stuff that was heavily damaged. Looks like a tank was thrown, a propane tank. Some decent tree debarking as well. Not incredible, but tree debark. Some sort of tree debarking. Yeah, I agree with that. Another EF3 damage. Very far away from the actual damage path, which makes me think that this tornado was giant. Or just a very large tornado. Most walls collapsed except small interior rooms, 145. Most walls of home and outbuilding collapsed. Surrounding trees show partially broke or uprooted, but no clear path through wooded area. That's a great photo. Ooh, you guys remember the when the HRRR showed 100 super souls in Oklahoma? No. Oh, I don't think I was there for that. That was interesting though. Exterior walls collapsed 140. Older farmhouse walls collapsed surrounding trees, not seeing a lot of stronger impact, but still uprooted and snapped in spots. See that. And after that, it moved to the north, then to the southeast, and then it started just chilling out here. Doing EF1 damage, it seems like. Then did ef2 damage right before lifting. All right, what are we given for this tornado? I'm probably going to go straight to the Taco Bell. Of course, we know the Taco Bell here. The Taco Bell has some very impressive feats of damage. But what do we think is the most impressive from this tornado? I'll try and find out what the actual heck was happening over here. Probably just gonna go to this photo here. This photo here shows it pretty decently. Or sorry, let's go to the third photo. No. Fourth photo. No. Fifth photo. Sixth photo. Where is it? Bro, it's one of these photos. What? Wait, I think I'm thinking about the church. Wait. Sorry, guys. I'm starting to get really tired for some reason. Yeah. I'm just gonna copy that or save that image.
Have you heard of
That's
CF Productions?
who?
CF Productions, the guy who like does all like those tornado documentaries.
CF?
I send CF Productions.
No.
I'll
Don't
send it
think
to
I've
you.
heard of him.
I'll send it to you.
I'm probably gonna end stream chat. I'm probably just gonna hop off for a little bit, take a nap or something. I might be on later. I am, for some reason, just overcome with a wave of exhaustion.
Track for 45 miles.
Like, I have to just get off and just, I have to go relax for a little bit. It's been a really long day, chat. I, um, we can continue this later, if you guys want to, of course, but it's been a really long day today. Hopefully you guys understand. I'm really sorry. I would be streaming for longer, but, um, I seriously don't feel good right now. I'm just tired and I honestly don't feel the best, but I'm gonna go lay down and I will see you guys in a little bit. Love you guys.